Et salut les copains, très bienvenue dans cette nouvelle vidéo. Alors aujourd'hui, vidéo vraiment toute particulière, puisque j'ai eu la chance de rencontrer et d'interviewer Marc Masclans. Ceux qui ne le connaissent pas, c'est un peintre énormissime espagnol. Donc du coup, la vidéo est en anglais à la base et c'est la raison pour laquelle ça a pris plus de temps, c'est parce que j'ai fait toutes les traductions avec mes petites mimines, donc ça m'a pris un temps de malade, c'est pour ça d'ailleurs qu'elle sort un jeudi au lieu d'un mardi, mais maintenant on y est, donc je vais pas blablater 3 heures, je vais vous laisser tout de suite avec cette interview où on va parler un petit peu de sa vision de la peinture, on va rapidement représenter qui il est, on va vous donner quelques endroits sur lesquels vous pourrez suivre son travail. Bref, je vous laisse tout de suite avec l'interview. Bien évidemment, comme d'habitude, si cette vidéo à la fin t'a plu, eh ben, n'hésite pas à la liker, à la partager, à t'abonner à la chaîne. Tu peux aussi te rendre, comme d'habitude, sur le blog Apprendre la peinture sur figurine.com où j'y ai toujours en téléchargement gratuit mon petit guide du débutant en peinture sur figurine. Ça t'inscrit à la newsletter que j'envoie à peu près une fois par semaine. Et donc du coup, ça te donne des news sur ce que je fais de mon côté, ce qui se passe dans le monde de la peinture, des petits tips, les dernières vidéos, bref. Plein de petites choses qui sont reliées à la peinture sur figurine. Quoi qu'il en soit, je te laisse tout de suite avec cette interview de Marc Masclans en espérant que ça te plaise. Salut! J'en profite aussi pour remercier Trollune qui nous a accueillis pendant le stage, pendant le workshop de Marc Masclans, qui nous ont accueillis dans un cadre vraiment hyper sympa. On avait notre petite salle à nous et tout, franchement on était petits oignons. Et puis bah, merci aussi à la Confrérie des Malmouleux et à Thiboram qui ont organisé ce workshop, bien évidemment sans qui non seulement on n'aurait pas pu avoir cet atelier, mais en plus je n'aurais pas pu faire l'interview. Donc merci à tous, c'était vraiment cool. So Marc, thank you for this quick interview. Just to set up the context of this, we are here in Lyon and we just spent 2 days with you for your workshop. We worked on these amazing miniatures and this is really not like too much to say that it's really amazing. So I wanted first of all to thank you for these 2 days because it was just amazing.
Thanks to you for coming, for attending. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure for everybody here. I think I can say it. It was really awesome because you shared a lot of things about so many things about painting miniatures in terms of techniques, in terms of mindset, in terms of theory, in terms of process, in terms of everything. So that was really intense, but really cool. So really thank you for this. If you can do it at any time, I really recommend it to you because it's really awesome to do it. So, well, the purpose of this video is to introduce yourself so that you can present you a bit, who you are, what you do, where you're from, for example, and then we will speak about the mindset you have, about the miniature painting, what you would recommend to people who want to start, who are already more advanced in the miniature painting, and so on. So we will discuss a bit of all of that, but for the moment, who are you, Marc?
Okay, well, I am Marc Masclans. I am from Barcelona. I've been a miniature painter as a professional for the last 10 years. Recently I started a school this last year in Barcelona, a miniature painting school, academy. And we have students during the week, and also we organize workshops in the weekend. I was doing a lot of boxes and painting, and still doing for collectors, but I wanted to make the teaching a part of my business and part of my my day work. And I'm very excited. I've been traveling for a long time to many places, not only France but all over the world. But now I want to extend this hobby in my city, in Barcelona, okay. And that was the purpose of the school.
Okay. So now you have you are giving like lesson workshop like that. You have your own school. Have you done your university about painting, about art, or have you done something else before?
I just studied philosophy,
okay,
so nothing related. No.
That's a question that people often ask about miniature painters, professional miniature painters,
yeah.
Because there is no really university of painting?
Well,
miniature?
you can go, you can study art, and then at the end, when you study art, you don't have to be a painter or a sculptor. There are a lot of things you can do with that knowledge. It's learning about color, about process, about materials.
That's why you decided to study philosophy.
Yeah, no, I ended there for several reasons, but I think it helped me to open my mind, and I started working as a professional when I was still on the university, and I combined, you know, the study with the work, yeah, I think. Now it's the best time in history to become a miniature painter, because there's a lot of information online, a lot of YouTube channels, a lot of Instagram channels, Twitch, and also we are doing these workshops, these classes that are meant to be to help to expand and to give much more idea of what miniature painting is about, and let's see if it works. I think it's growing. These last years it has been growing a lot. A lot of people is getting more interested with miniatures.
Yeah. And so you mentioned all what is available on the internet. For example, do you have anything where we can follow your work? Because if people are watching this video, probably they want to see what you are doing.
Yeah, I have my my website, masclansminiatures.com. And also I have there is my gallery, my shop. I have this figure with a video tutorial, and I'm planning and working for having much more things related to also not figures but education and teaching miniature painting. And I have my Instagram, Masclans Miniatures. You will find it. And where else? I have a gallery in Put in Paint, but in general, I just have images, not YouTube or Twitch channel. I'm trying to move now to much more audiovisual and trying to show, because we are in the time of the videos. So if you do something, better to record it and show it as a video.
But your pictures can already teach a lot. That's for sure.
It's the only thing I have, so I hope so. But I'm trying, and with this figure we started with the video. I bought equipment, and I'm trying to develop much more the way I record the videos and show the way I paint, not only in person in workshop or in my school, but also be online, which can reach all the parts of the world.
Okay. Okay, so now that we presented a bit your work, and now if you want to see the work of Marc, obviously I recommend to go directly on his Instagram and so on. But what I wanted to discuss with you a bit is more your vision of miniature painting.
Okay.
Because it's something that I found that within these 2 days you talked a lot about this. And I found that you tried to break some dogmas and some maybe ideas that we could have about miniature painting, which was like more in the end barrier for our hobby, I would say. And this is often the case for many people starting to paint miniatures. What would you recommend to people who are started to paint miniature now? And maybe then we can ask the same question for people that are more advanced and who want to go further in their painting. So for the beginners, if somebody starts to paint miniature, what do you think is the most common mistakes or ideas that people have and should just forget to start correctly?
So because I was thinking, first we did some questions. First about what I think it's miniature painting and thinking about breaking these dogmas is because I've been painting for a long time, and I realized at the beginning I was a miniature painting, and now I can say that maybe I'm a miniature artist, and I understand painting as some other, this is another way of express painting. It's a three-dimensional illustration, but it's not miniature painting as wargaming only, with those dogmas, the things that must be done with that products that way. And painting is painting no matter the way you do it, if it's 2D or it's 3D. In general, it's much more important, the intention, the expression, things that are much more related to general forms of art, not understanding miniature painting as if it was something separate with its exclusive rules, something that can be transcended. It's not like that. So I like to transmit that idea, that passion for this different understanding of what miniature painting is, separately from the original idea of yeah, so I would encourage people or new painters that come to this hobby that try to to arrive with an open mind, thinking about this miniature painting as some another option of art expression, not only thinking about putting some color in small figures in something that is meant to be a toy, something for a war game or something like that. I think it's if we go deeply, it's much more than that. And with my classes, and if someone that does not know anything about miniature painting, I explain that it's a new way or a, yeah, we wouldn't say new because this have a lot of years, but these last years have become a true art expression, maybe not recognized for a lot of art industry, but it is, because it has everything that it's related to art. It's a sculpture, it's a design, it's painting, playing with the light, trying to transmit. There are a lot of painters that now are using miniature painting, miniature art as a way to communicate ideas, to do some kind of how do you say this in I don't know the word in English, but what you want to denounce, something
to send a message.
Yes, send a message, some politics, the idea of something that is not related only with fantasy or historical classical figures, but it can be something else, no? And I think that also with the idea of the figures I want to release or for contest things that I would like to do, it opens, no, the possibility to become something else, rather than being only
And then in terms more from a more technical point of view, for example, do you see often, because I know that you mentioned that you do some workshop with beginners, do you see something that is often a mistake done, like again a technical mistake, or a mistake more from a mindset point of view? Do you see something?
I think, yeah, there are two common mistakes at the beginning. First, the control of the tools we're using, okay. the paint we are using, and the brush. The technique is not easy, because the idea of the miniature is to reinterpret a sculpture, do an interpretation of a volume that already exists, and that demands, we're not painting on a flat surface, it has some volume, so that demands a technique that has to be very precise, and some people is much more skilled, maybe have much more ability, so that's the main thing, that ability with the hand, and also is the comprehension of what we are doing. There's people that have much more sensibility for art or for what they see, and they can see something and they transmit to the figure so easily. But some others is like I don't know what to do, and at some point with the beginners, what's the next thing? And I said, okay, it's just paint the light, but the light where? Because they don't understand the idea of this volumetric, the light source, the way it should. We have it happens this, that technical control, but also the idea of understanding the volume, which is actually complicated. But
yeah, definitely. I mean, even where we are already a bit advanced in terms of painting, volume is still key to make to send the message we want to send with the miniature. So it's always quite complicated, definitely. And for those painters who are more advanced, is there something that you see often which is still not done, or which is still a mistake, maybe something which is more from a process point of view, or for example, here within these 2 days you used a lot of references. Maybe this is something that people you see don't tend to do too much, or not enough.
I think at some point you can masterize your technique. What we were saying about the beginners, that they take time to use properly the dilution, the brush, the paints. But then at some point, once you have the technique, I see sometimes people with a lot of technique that reach a level and they stay there because they don't get deep on the information, on the knowledge. They don't study reality and try to go beyond the exercise of painting super blended, as if blending and definition in miniature painting was the final goal, as some people think it is, because some people sells it's that, and blending is just another way to express things, but it's not a final. It's the technique. It's the beginning. It's like when you get the black belt. You're starting to practice the martial arts. It's not the final goal. And I think that for those painters that really want to reach the top level is once they control the brush, the paint, and they know how to execute the technique. It's about studying. It's about trying to understand how complex is the reality and how can you bring it to the miniature under your own perception. Not trying only to copy, but think and then bring to the miniature looking for an aesthetic result, which is actually the idea of art, to take the nature and reinterpret our under sensations, and then do an impression of it, a picture of the reality, or a transformation, much more impressionist, or whatever it is.
Yeah, okay. So here we will go to the last question, because I have my train, I have to go, and you probably want to have a drink then after 2 days of hard work, so I won't take too much of your time. But yeah, the last question was simple but not simple. Is like, is there something that at some point you learned, something that you said, okay, now I know that I'm a better painter than before?
Wow, it's a very good question, because I'm sure that I have had, this is not a single moment. There are like moments in my life. I remember when at the very beginning, first when I started painting with good quality brushes, that I realized that I was using very bad brushes that didn't allow me. But with all the masters I have had, and I have had a lot of, I know one day that I learned something. It's like, oh, this is the way. And it happens when I was 16. I was learning with Albert Murato. It's a great painter, also from Barcelona, and it was showing me how to do a blend or something. I don't know, but that time that you move the paint, and I remember that day, and okay, it works. I'm not under the control of the paint. I control, and it's doing what I want. And then I have had a lot of situations where I understand how to outline things or using colors, why this color or another, the complexity of the color theory. I learn a lot with Jose Palomares and Alfonso Giraldes, and I have a lot of memories during this, because there's always a moment when we're doing something and you're doing day by day. You always learn things, and this happens the more you are involved with it. So I'm sorry that I'm explaining a lot, but it's true that I couldn't find one single moment, because I have had thousands of this click in my mind. And I remember, mixes or things one day with Alfonso, for example, the day that he showed me how to put the paint on a specific area to get much more shine, or and these ideas that are so exciting when you are learning, because it's what makes you improve. But I couldn't zoom in one because there are hundreds of it. But yeah, this is
yeah, okay. So thank you very much.
Thanks to you.
Great to talk with you, to spend these 2 days with you. So yeah, if you have any question, then I say it here. Just do it in comments, and I will see if I can answer. If I can't, I can't. So we'll see. But well, thank you again.
Thanks to you. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe you have another workshop already planned or whatever?
I only have workshops planned to do in United States from April,
Okay.
But in Europe by now nothing planned, because I want to focus on my school and my own line of figures.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of traveling this last year. I want to, but maybe second half of this year I will start traveling again.
Great.
Thank you for the interview. It's been a pleasure. I'm sorry that maybe didn't have all the precise answers, and sometimes I talk a lot.
There is no precise answer. I mean, when I ask a question, is to know what you think, the way you think. So it's just perfect. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Et voilà les copains, c'est fini pour cette vidéo, j'espère qu'elle t'aura plu. Donc comme je le disais en début de vidéo, n'hésite pas à la partager, à la liker, à t'abonner à la chaîne, à te rendre sur le blog. Bref, tout ça tu connais. Donc moi, il me reste plus qu'à te souhaiter une très bonne soirée. Et bien évidemment, comme d'habitude, d'ici à la prochaine vidéo, n'oublie pas de mettre des couleurs dans ta vie. Ciao!